So I think those are. I'll be paying attention to the jobs number, but I'll also be paying attention to ABGO. That has earnings. That should be interesting. Also, CrowdStrike, which is another one of those names that have been sold off in the software sell-off, the great SaaS sell-off of 2026. Where were you when the great SaaS
where were you
when?
2026? Yes. Here's ABGO. I mean, obviously, this is not looking weak.
I keep telling people, when you see these charts the last couple of weeks and it's on earnings, why would you not play them to the upside? Dell, same deal. Like, I know it's high.
I was just about to say, holy moly.
You got to do it risk defined. You don't want to put that much capital into something like this when it's already up there. But why would you play to the downside when these things have done nothing but smash higher on earnings?
Explain this to me, because I'm sort of given to the idea that the markets are discounting mechanisms. And when something is very obviously seen and very clearly kind of in front of folks, that eventually markets discount those things and they stop to have an impact on the price because the price reflects it. Who didn't know that Dell sells a bunch of server racks and that if you're building AI data centers, you need those?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, seriously, who didn't know? You're right. Like, half of these names, it's like, I don't know exactly what they do, but this one was pretty clear, and you had to know that this was a possible outcome. It's Wild West, man.
And then you get a 30% move, and you go, well, clearly people were not positioned, because if they were, you couldn't have a 30% move in a stock like this in a day.
No,
so
no
who was over here going, nah, come on, the data centers, they fall from the sky. Haven't you heard?
Another person that's probably not reading news. That's probably what it was.
Right. Like, you just wake up one day and look, data centers. How did the server racks get in there? Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Yeah, until we're not having these moves, I think the market continues to go higher.
Yeah, I mean, it makes you, if you're someone like me who looks at this and does a dangerous amount of thinking, and says, you know what, I can't make sense of this. Well, yeah, I mean, clearly we're not alone, because if you can't figure out, and if the market can go up 30% on Dell selling servers, anything can happen. There are melt up opportunities all over the place, if that's the case.
Yeah, that's why I'm looking at ABGO. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, here's ABGO. Here is CrowdStrike. I mean, yeah. That's a chart.
Yeah.
That's a chart.
There's something happening here, Ilya.
That rubber band is so far out. My God. What are you thinking about doing in these markets this week? What do you have going on as the week starts?
I just still got a bunch of shortfall plays, and some of them trying to see if at some point some of the vol comes down, some of these tech ones, but it's bigger ones. So I got short strangle in Intel. I've had on a few weeks. Qualcomm, same deal. Again, I had SLV. That was one of my best trades of the year so far, being short strangle in there for the last several months. I just closed that out. I mean, IVR is below 30, so it's time to go. But that's it. Other than that, peeling back some capital and just, each week I come into it and I'm like, is this going to be the week where there's somewhat of a pullback? But if not, I just want to have capital ready to jump on in case. And I'm certainly not getting long the first 3% down. I mean, you got to let this thing breathe a little bit and see how it plays out. So for the most part, that's it. I'm just trying to be a little bit shortfall, but I might start to clean up some of those this week as, like I said, VIX is below 16. I don't necessarily want to be short too many strangles when VIX is below 16.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to continue to sit in these dollar longs and gold shorts. I love our 1 ounce gold futures because they let me participate in gold as a currency. So you peel them on, peel them off. It's a small position, not a lot of margin, keeps things nice and flexible. I'm long where I'm long in a very choosy kind of way. So IGV, EWZ, MSOS, with leaps going to the end of this year and next year, just in case somebody mentions cannabis during the midterms and there's some sort of insane spike. Because they might. It's a live subject. We've seen a few of those this year.
For sure.
And so I just bought a bunch of leaps, took my hands off and said, somebody says something, maybe this will be a lottery ticket. But otherwise, being very cautious. Very, very cautious.
Yeah, it makes sense to me. That's how I'm trying to do the same thing.
All right. So as we exit stage left here, not a whole lot going on. Still a very quiet open. Everybody seemingly doing the opposite of what we're doing here, which is trying to ignore the news and instead looking at the headlines, wondering when somebody will sign off on a draft something between Washington and Tehran. In the meantime, keep yourselves risk-defined, everybody. Just pay attention because this is a weird space. This is not the time to be set it and forget it minded.
No. Anything can happen.
Indeed. More so than usual, even.